Hey Cowboys Nation, this one is tough to even talk about. Today, the entire football world feels a little heavier, and for us, the Dallas Cowboys community, it feels like the air's been sucked out of the room. The kind of news that makes you stop what you're doing, take a breath, and just sit in silence for a moment. We lost one of our own. Defensive end Marzhan Honelli, only 24 years old, has tragically passed away. It's one of those moments that reminds you how fragile life really is, how quickly everything can change. The Cowboys organization released a statement earlier today, sharing the heartbreaking news with fans around the world. They said it was with extreme sadness that they confirmed the passing of Marzhan Honelli, describing him as a beloved teammate and a respected member of the organization. Their message also extended thoughts and prayers to his girlfriend Catalina and to his entire family. You could feel the weight behind those words, not just a public statement, but genuine pain from people who knew this young man personally, who saw his effort, his character, and his dreams every single day. Honelli's agent, Jonathan Pursley, also released a message, and you could just hear the heartbreak in every word. He talked about watching Marzhan grow from a kid at Western Michigan with a dream to a professional athlete playing on one of the biggest stages in sports. He said Marzhan poured his heart into every single play, every practice, and every moment on the field. And you know what? Anyone who watched him could see that. Even though his career was still young, even though injuries had kept him from showing everything he had, the fire was always there. That energy, that grit, that determination to prove himself, those are the things that defined him. Head coach Mike Zimmer also spoke about him, describing Marzhan as a great person, eager to learn, driven to improve, and tough as nails. Zimmer said his last words to Marzhan were simple: keep being great. You're going to have a great career. It's heartbreaking to even repeat that now, because it shows just how much promise this young man still had ahead of him. He wasn't just another player trying to hang on. He was someone with the potential to build something special, someone the Cowboys were genuinely excited about. For most fans, one of the memories that will live on is that incredible play against the Arizona Cardinals. Remember that moment? The blocked punt, the chaos around the end zone, and then Marzhan being the one to scoop it up and take it in for the touchdown. That was pure effort, pure instinct. You could see how much it meant to him, how much it meant to the entire team. It's one of those highlights that now feels even more powerful because it captured who he was, always ready, always fighting, always in the moment. Marzhan was drafted in the second round back in the 2024 NFL Draft, coming out of Western Michigan with a lot of buzz around him. He was seen as one of those players who could grow into a cornerstone of the Cowboys defense. He had the strength, the technique, and that relentless attitude that coaches love. But more than that, he had heart. The kind of heart that made teammates gravitate toward him. Everyone in the locker room respected him, not just for his play, but for his personality. He was described by people close to him as humble, hardworking, and the kind of guy who made you want to give your best because he was giving his. And it's that part, the human side, that makes this so much harder to process. The Cowboys aren't just losing a player. They're losing a brother, a friend, a piece of the family. The NFL community has also come together in support. Statements have been pouring in from players, coaches, and teams across the league. The NFL itself released a message expressing deep sadness and extending condolences to his loved ones. They've also offered counseling and support to the Cowboys organization as everyone tries to navigate this tragedy. The team is currently on their bye week, which means players aren't even back at the facility yet. But you can imagine what that locker room will feel like when they return. The silence, the disbelief, the memories, the conversations that start with remember when and end in tears. These are the moments that remind us football is so much more than just a game. It's about people, connections, brotherhood, and the bond that forms when you fight side by side for a common goal. As of now, no official details have been released about what happened, and that's something everyone's being very respectful about. There's been a lot of talk online, as there always is, but this is not the time for rumors or speculation. The only thing that matters right now is honoring Marzhan's life, respecting his family, and giving them the space and privacy they need. When something like this happens, social media can be a cruel place. People rush to be the first to say something, the first to break a story, forgetting that behind every headline, there are people who are living that pain in real time. So if you're listening to this, just remember, sometimes the best thing we can do is wait, respect, and support. This tragedy hits differently because Marzhan was so young, 24 years old. He had just turned 24 in July. Think about that for a second. At that age, you're just starting to figure life out, just beginning to see what your future could look like. He had goals, plans, and dreams that now will never get the chance to unfold. And yet, even in that short time, he left a mark that people will never forget. His passion, his energy, his dedication, all of that mattered. For the fans, this isn't just a headline or a sad moment on social media. This is personal. We watched this kid come into the league, saw him fight through injuries, saw the flashes of brilliance that made us believe he was going to be part of this team's next great chapter. We rooted for him. We believed in him. And now, we mourn him. The stadium will feel different. The locker room will feel different. Sundays will feel different. If there's anything we can take from moments like this, it's the reminder to reach out to the people around us. Check on your friends, check on your family, and don't ever be afraid to ask for help if you need it. Life can get heavy, and there's no shame in leaning on others when it does. That's what community is for. That's what family is for. Right now, the priority isn't football. It's not about what this means for the team or who might step up in his place. None of that matters today. What matters is the life that was lost, the people grieving, and the respect we show in the way we talk about it. So, to Marzhan Nelland, thank you for every snap, every hustle play, every bit of heart you gave to the game. Thank you for reminding us what it means to fight with passion and to play with purpose. You'll always be part of Cowboys Nation. And to everyone listening right now, take a moment for yourself. Reflect, breathe, and remember that tomorrow isn't guaranteed. Hug the people you love. Tell them how much they mean to you, and carry Marzhan's spirit forward. Because at the end of the day, it's not about stats or records. It's about impact. And Marzhan's impact, both on and off the field, will never be forgotten. As the hours go by, the shock still hasn't really settled. It's like the whole Cowboys family is holding its breath, trying to make sense of something that simply doesn't make sense. You see the photos of Marzhan smiling, joking around at practice, celebrating with teammates, and it's impossible to believe that those moments are now memories. The locker room, the field, the fans in the stands, everything feels quieter. Even for people who never met him personally, this kind of loss hits deep because it reminds everyone that the players we watch every Sunday are human beings first. They laugh, they dream, they struggle, and sometimes they face battles we can't see. For the teammates who lined up next to him, who sweated and fought beside him in practice, this loss cuts like nothing else. Guys build bonds in that locker room that are hard to explain to anyone outside of the game. It's not just teammates, it's brothers. You go through training camp together, the pain, the exhaustion, the endless drills, and all of that builds something real. So when someone like Marzhan is gone, there's an emptiness that no one else can fill. You just know that the next time they take the field, there's going to be that moment where someone looks at his locker, at that empty space, and realizes it's not just a bad dream. Coach Zimmer, who had already spoken so highly of Marzhan's work ethic, must be feeling this in a way only a coach can. For someone who saw potential, who watched the development, who gave those encouraging words like "keep being great," it's a crushing reality that those words were part of their final conversation. For every coach, every mentor, there's always the hope that your players will live out their full story, that the hard work will pay off. Losing someone so young makes you question the fairness of everything. And the Cowboys organization, as professional and strong as it is made up of people. From the trainers to the staff, the people in the front office, the ones who talk to these players daily. They're hurting too. You can be sure that inside the Star, there will be counselors' quiet talks, long hugs, and people just trying to find words to comfort one another. The NFL community, which is often competitive and divided by team colors, is unified at times like this. Messages of support are flooding in from all over the league. Players who faced Marzhan on the field, who may have only shared a brief handshake or a few words, are now posting tributes and expressing their heartbreak. Because when something like this happens, rivalries disappear. What's left is respect. Fans have also stepped up in a beautiful way. Cowboys Nation has always been loud and passionate, but today it's been gentle and compassionate. People are posting their favorite highlights, clips of that blocked punt touchdown, or photos of Marzhan signing autographs for kids. It's powerful to see how someone's energy can ripple through so many lives. Even in tragedy, you realize how deeply one person can connect to thousands of others. There's still a lot we don't know about what happened, and the truth is, that's okay. We don't need to know everything right now. Sometimes respecting silence is the best way to honor someone's memory. The details will come out eventually, but the story that matters most isn't about how Marzhan died. It's about how he lived. It's about his determination to fight through injuries, his drive to prove himself, and his constant effort to make an impact even when the odds were stacked against him. That's the legacy that deserves to be remembered. It's also a reminder that life off the field can be just as challenging as the battles fought on it. We often look at athletes and think they're invincible, like the fame and the paychecks somehow protect them from pain or struggle. But moments like this show that behind the helmets and jerseys are real people dealing with real emotions. That's why the message of checking in on your friends, reaching out when you're hurting, and offering a hand when someone seems distant is so important. You never know what someone might be going through. Sometimes a simple "you good" can make all the difference. In the days to come, the Cowboys organization will likely hold a memorial or tribute to celebrate Marzhan's life. Maybe a moment of silence before their next game, maybe a jersey patch or some kind of symbol to keep his presence alive on the field. Because you know the players will want to carry him with them. They'll dedicate their effort, their wins, and even their struggles to him. That's how teams honor their brothers. They play for them. They remember them. They make sure their name doesn't fade. I can already imagine that first home game after this. The crowd will be on its feet, hats off, tears flowing, and the stadium lights shining just a little brighter. You'll probably see players with "MN" written on their gloves or shoes, maybe someone holding up his jersey before kickoff. Those are the moments that show the true heart of this sport. It's not just competition, it's family, legacy, and love. For the fans, especially the young ones who looked up to Marzhan, this is also a life lesson. It shows how important it is to appreciate every single day. We watch these players chasing greatness, and we often forget that just being here, being alive, is something to be grateful for. Marzhan's story, though far too short, is a reminder of that. He made it to the NFL, something countless kids dream about but few achieve. He reached that level because of his effort, his willpower, and his belief in himself. That's something no tragedy can ever take away. The next few weeks will be tough. There will be media questions, emotional press conferences, and teammates trying to stay strong while their hearts are breaking. But there will also be unity. There will be comfort. The Cowboys will lean on each other, and Cowboys Nation will stand behind them. Because that's what family does. They don't run from pain. They face it together. But before we continue, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and give this video a like. Your support helps us keep bringing you the latest updates on the Dallas Cowboys. Feel free to share your thoughts on the news in the comments as well. In a move that has set the rumor mill ablaze across the NFL, whispers are swirling that star edge rusher rival has reportedly signed with the Dallas Cowboys, a move that could instantly elevate the team's defensive profile. While nothing has been officially confirmed, sources close to the organization suggest that rival's arrival could transform a Cowboys defense that has long been viewed as solid but lacking that game-changing edge. The potential signing has fans and analysts alike buzzing about what this could mean for the team's Super Bowl aspirations. Rival, known for his explosive first step and relentless pursuit of quarterbacks, has been one of the most talked-about defensive players in recent seasons. His ability to pressure the quarterback without relying on pure speed is what sets him apart, and adding him to a Cowboys front seven already featuring talented linemen could spell trouble for opposing offenses. The mere suggestion of rivals suiting up in silver and blue has sent waves of excitement through social media, with fans speculating about how defensive coordinator Dan Quinn might deploy such a disruptive force. The Cowboys have been quietly aggressive in reshaping their roster, and adding an edge rusher of rivals' caliber fits a clear pattern. The team is willing to make bold moves to address key weaknesses. Insiders claim Rivals' presence would not just improve the pass rush. It could elevate the entire defense, from linebackers benefiting from increased pressure up front to the secondary gaining precious seconds to read the quarterback. Analysts point out that even the Cowboys' offensive schemes could see indirect benefits, as a stifling defense can shift momentum and provide the offense with more opportunities in clutch moments. While contracts and official announcements remain under wraps, the rumor itself has sparked heated debates. Could Rival finally give the Cowboys the defensive identity they have been chasing for years? Or is this just another blip in the off-season speculation machine? One thing is certain: if Rival does join Dallas, the NFL landscape changes overnight. Fans are watching, media outlets are buzzing, and the Cowboys locker room could be on the verge of a seismic shakeup. The edge rush market is never quiet, but this one feels like a genuine blockbuster. That's it for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to keep receiving exclusive news about the Dallas Cowboys, please subscribe to our channel and give this video a like. We always look forward to your comments and opinions. See you in the next video.